Hello, everyone. We are back with another episode, and this one is going to be spicy. When are we not spicy, to be honest?
Sometimes we're a little mild, but today
This one is spicy.
we're gonna be spicy.
So, you guys, I know it's summertime. You want to get snatched up. You want to look shredded, jacked and juicy, is what Papa Pump would say.
Snatched and sexy.
Snatched and sexy
as
for
what,
me.
What she would say.
And a lot of you guys might be guilty of this, okay? You know, there's so many influencers that would post, here's what I eat in a day to lose body fat, or here's what I eat in a day to get in shape like this. And you might be thinking, oh, let me start eating the same shit he or she is eating so I can start seeing the same results. Mm-hmm. And that is how you're going to damage your results. The episode is basically your favorite influencers, what I eat in a day is damaging you.
I love that.
I love it. Ooh,
yes.
This is why we're getting spicy.
Say that again one more time, and we'll drop
That's
a bomb.
so hard to say.
In the post.
It's a tongue twister, goddammit. Here's why your favorite influencers, what I eat in a day, that's damaging you. Did I say the same thing?
No.
No, okay.
All right. So, first and foremost, guys, if you get on the internet, you can find, if you search meal plan or diet or what to eat in a day, you'll get flooded with hundreds of thousands of videos of what people eat in a day, or you'll have comparisons of what's a lot of food, what's not a lot of food, or some people will say this 1,300 calorie diet works for me, or some people say, oh, I only eat fucking, what do they say, real food, non-poisonous foods,
non-poisonous.
This was my keto diet for the
carnivore diet.
This was this, and you'll be like, what the fuck?
I know. It's
am
so
I supposed to eat, right? And you can find like a daily regimen that somebody does. And you might say, well, that looks like something I should do.
Mm-hmm.
And
they even like do the videos where they're like shirtless and shit showing their abs and their cutting board and be like, this is what I eat. Chill out on that. Fucking breathe for a second.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You have to like flex your abs the whole entire video.
Yeah.
Chill out.
I've been there.
Chill the fuck out. You've been And this is why you don't trust influencers, because they don't look like that 24/7.
Yeah. I just let my stomach out now.
Perfect. We want realness. Organic content. All right?
Right. But like the thing is, guys, when it comes down to it, most people on the internet really want to try to help you out the best way that they can. However, the majority of people have only had that experience for themselves and haven't really helped many other people get to that that next level. So they can only use their own testimony, which is fine. Mm-hmm. But take all that shit with a grain of salt, literally.
Yeah. Some people are just genetically blessed.
Yeah.
And could eat like trash.
Could eat anything.
Or it could eat a good amount of calories that surpasses their calorie deficit and still look great.
Yeah.
And you're out here blindly following said influencer saying like, if I can look like that and eat like that, I need to follow the same shit.
Right.
So keep that in mind. Everyone's body's completely different.
Everybody's body's completely different. So like what some person may eat in a day, if they're eating, just because they're eating 1,500 calories in a day, doesn't mean you need to be eating 1,500 calories in a day. Just because someone is trying to build muscle and they're, eating, Oreo milkshakes at night, doesn't mean that you need to be eating Oreo milkshakes at night. You know what I'm saying? No, like dead ass. And like, that's why I stopped kind of sharing my full days of eating, because I was getting a lot of questions like, oh, so I should eat this and I'll look like you. And I was just like, I'm like, oh. Yeah. Like, no.
It's important
you won't.
Disclose that this is what works for you.
Right.
And not a lot of influencers do that. That's kind of the alarming part of it.
Right. So that's the thing. So it's like you want to make sure that first and foremost, guys, when it comes to putting together, a meal plan, a diet plan or whatever, like you need to make sure that you are eating the right amount of calories and macros for your goals.
And that looks different for everyone.
For everyone. So just because somebody looks a certain type of way doesn't mean that those calories and macros and meal plan is going to work for you.
Yeah. Like Benjamin right here. His cutting calories might be my maintenance calories.
Yeah.
I can't eat the same shit that he's eating. My cutting calories is basically him starving himself.
Yeah.
So it's completely different, right? But yeah, that's really important. One thing too, I did want to add is like a lot of these influencers don't really eat what they're actually posting. I'm guilty of this because I used to do the same thing.
Okay.
And I was following a strict, boring meal plan. This was a long time ago. And I used to make videos like, here's what I would eat in a day to try to lose body fat. And I'm like, advertising, this is how you get snatched. I'm eating a strict boring meal plan, but I know people like it when I post flexible dieting shit. So let me start creating meals that are fun and delicious, and it's, can go viral, and it's not really what I'm eating.
Yeah.
So it's like, and this is me coming out. I'm like literally no skeleton in the closet. You know what I mean? So it's like if I did that, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of influencers that did the same thing.
Yeah.
So I learned for it was a long time ago. I don't do that anymore. Even now, like people would ask me like, hey, can you post what you eat in a day? Like I don't post it because I feel like people are gonna start following the same shit, thinking that they need to eat the same thing. And what if it's like the amount that I'm eating is damaging for you?
Right.
Like what if the amount that I'm eating isn't enough for you? I don't want to put you in that position. So
yeah, what if the foods that I eat, don't agree with your body? What if you're allergic to some of the foods I eat?
Or
You know what I'm
maybe
saying?
you just have like gut sensitivities. There's certain ingredients that your body doesn't agree with, and you're out here just again blindly following an influencer's meal plan for the day to think that that's how you're actually going to get results like them.
Facts. I think you just gotta, again, like I said, take it with a grain of salt. Do a little bit of your own research, or ask for professional guidance. You know what I'm saying?
That part.
So that way somebody can actually give you a list of foods on what to eat in a day.
I used to do the same thing before I became a coach a long time ago, when I was very new to fitness, and I was like following influencers blindly. Like I know how it feels like to be on the other side, seeing all these influencers like post what I eat. Because what I ate in a day, like years ago, remember when it was like that time in social media when everyone was like doing like swipe workouts? What I ate in a day was so popular. So it's like when I see my favorite influencer, they would post it on YouTube. They would teach you how to put it together. And they don't disclose calories. They're just like, oh, this is my favorite meal because of this, this, and that. And I'm like, okay, great. Let me just make it. And I'm out here following it to the fucking T and wondering why I wasn't seeing any results.
Right.
Again, because everyone's body is completely different. Everyone's goal is different. Because I could be following someone's meal plan, but not train the same as them.
Right.
And still not get the same results.
Right. You could weigh the same amount as somebody, have the same calculated calorie deficit, but they may be doing way more cardio than you, or way less cardio than you, or whatever, and they may be able to see more progress than you because their activity levels are different. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's just everything has to be calculated. Mm-hmm. It really just comes down to that.
And everyone's body, in terms of like macros, respond differently.
Facts.
There's people that actually respond to like a high carb diet or a low carb diet, vice versa. High fat, low fat. Like it really depends. Because we've worked with so many clients. Like you cannot give them the same amount of calories, the same amount of macros, even if they have the same body measurements.
Well, you can't give them the same macros. Like it's crazy. You can have two guys on the same amount of calories. Yep. Completely different macros. Completely different breakdown of what they're going to eat in a day.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Because again, their level of activity looks different. Like
body compositions are different. So many different factors.
Yep. And then let's say like their job, one person's job is sedentary, the other person's job is very like high labor. So it's like it really depends from person to person. And this is why we're saying and emphasizing that just because this meal plan works for somebody doesn't mean it's going to work for you.
Facts.
Don't put yourself in a motherfucking box.
Don't. A lunchbox.
If you don't want to look like one.
Don't put yourself in a lunchbox. So, what can you do for yourself, right? Here's what I always say, guys. You, first and foremost, if your goal is you figure out your goal. Figure out your fucking goal.
Is it to cut? Is it to bulk?
What is it? Is it to maintain? What is it, right? You need to figure that shit out, okay? And be clear on what the fuck you're going to do and stick to that shit.
What's a good scale that they should follow, Benjamin? How do they know that they need to be cutting or they should be, like, building?
The majority of you motherfuckers need to cut.
Yeah.
Okay? Like, let's just be fucking real, okay? If you aren't lean and you're carrying around a good majority of body fat, you don't need a bulk. Like if you have man boobs, like if you can like grab your stomach and like grab your tits as a man, like you need to cut.
You shouldn't be bulking.
Like, and it's like I've had this conversation with guys just like, yeah, I really need to bulk up. You think I should? I'm like, and I look at them, I'm like, dude, you are bulked.
You're in the peak of
like
your bulk.
You're only gonna get fatter. Like that's the thing. You're not gonna like the way that you look because you're just gonna end up putting on more body fat and you're not going to see as much muscle. So what you need to do.
Wait, pause. That goes to women too.
Yeah.
I see women do that. Oh, I'm in my bulking season, just an excuse to eat trash. But like they have so much body fat to lose. But like, I'm trying to bulk. Like, you don't know my goals. I'm like, girl, let's be fucking for real here a second. You know for a fact that you're uncomfortable in your body right now. And how creating that shape that you want if you haven't seen yourself being lean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
cut.
Get down to the point first. Well, not everybody. See this, we got to give them the right advice. If you are carrying around, more body fat than you would like to carry around, if you aren't starting out at a lean point, then you should probably get to the point where you get somewhat lean. You don't have to get fucking shredded. No, you're not but you want to try to get lean first and then possibly maintain and then build. Right? If you're at a point where you're already lean. Yes. So when I started my fitness journey, I was lean and I was kind of skinny. So I was like, okay, let me try to put on some weight. Yeah. So I put on some weight.
Yep. It doesn't make sense for you to continuously cut if you don't really have that much body fat to lose.
Right.
And you want to start building that shape.
Exactly. So you need to kind of build up because you see your shape. Yeah. You're able to see your muscle groups that are dominant. You need to be like, okay, I need to work on X, Y, Z, do it. And then that's how you do that. That's how you figure out whether or not you should bulk or cut.
You also have to mention people that need to maintain. That's it. Like this is... Not everyone can do it, a good body recomp, essentially.
Yeah. So if you're somebody who's just kind of like skinny-ish fat, skinny fat type of person who doesn't have a lot of weight to lose. Like, let's just say you're like a dude who's like 5'8", 160. You know what I'm saying? But you don't look that great. Yeah. You probably don't need to lose a ton of weight. Yeah. You probably just need to body recomp.
Yeah, you don't need to go to an aggressive cut.
Yeah, you don't.
Literally just be on your maintenance calories, start training hard and fueling your body at that amount.
Right. So you can look at your BMI. There's BMI calculators, your body mass index. They have different ranges. That's the easy way to do it. If you're way over your BMI and you're not fucking muscular, right? That's the key. Like if you're not muscular, if you have a lot of fat on you, then you should probably cut. If you are under your BMI and you don't have a lot of fat on you, then you should probably try to build. If you're right around your BMI and you have a little bit of fat, a little bit of muscle, probably want to maintain. So once you figure that shit the fuck out, right, you just calculate your maintenance calories. And if you want to build, you're going to probably go anywhere from you don't even need to do whole much. Maybe like 200 to start. 200 calories more above your maintenance. And if you want to cut, start at 200 calories below your maintenance. And if you want to maintain, eat at your maintenance. Okay? And then adjust as necessary. Yeah. And then how you put that together, how you put your meals together in a day, I say you just keep it super simple to start. Yeah. Pick out 2 sources of protein. One lean, one fatty. So like a lean source of protein example would be chicken or fish. A fatty source of protein would be like steak or salmon. Pick one of each. You know what I'm saying? And then pick one carb source, one vegetable source, and try to make sure that you're hitting those calories in a day.
Yeah, track it on a food diary. Track on a food diary, put it together per meal. Now that you have your numbers, basically put your calorie and macro goal on MyFitnessPal. I prefer MyFitnessPal. It's just something that I've been using. Yep. If you prefer to use a different app, it's totally fine. But put your goals on a food diary and start planning your meals in there. From breakfast, lunch, dinner, and to your snacks. Make sure that it hits those numbers that you have as your goal and hit that number consistently. Yep. That's how you know where to start.
That's how you should know what to eat in a day. Yeah. Now, the good thing about tracking your food too, and we've touched on this in prior episodes, but when you're tracking your food, you have basically a log of everything that you've ate. And if you realize that your body isn't, responding well to certain foods, you can just be like, okay, well, let me eliminate that food. Let me switch this out. Or I ate steak this day and I didn't like the way that made me feel. Let me go ahead and take that out. Or I ate, this fruit and I hated it. Now I know. So next week I'm not getting this fruit. So it's like you have to take some type of accountability and responsibility and make sure that you prepare yourself for the days ahead. So that way you can just see the best results.
And we're not saying make sure that what you're eating is like Ben's list. Just you might think this is fucking bland. I don't want to eat the same shit like that. Yeah. You can still create not bland food. You can still create basic food and make it something that actually is tasty and something that you look forward to.
And the good thing about apps like MyFitnessPal, they have dozens of recipes on there already.
They actually do.
It's just
I would actually prefer using my MyFitnessPal's recipes than so many fucking recipes that you find online, because majority of it is just fucking processed ass shit that's gonna make you feel bloated and compromise your gut. So keep that in mind. Like, I know you want to, like, oh, I want to eat like this influencer. Let's say you've been consistently eating, like, you know, the basic shit. You've seen a lot of results and you want to start getting into the flexibility of things. Like, if you like the influencer's breakfast, log that into your MyFitnessPal in your food diary and see how you can fit that into your goals, so that way you can have it and you can still see results. So log that into your goals.
Yes.
Like, fit that in. It's like, okay, good example. If you want a breakfast sandwich that this influencer is eating in the morning. Okay, look at the ingredients list. Perfect. Log that into your MyFitnessPal. Adjust the serving sizes per ingredient to make it fit your goal so you can have it too. But this way, you're actually eating what they're eating, but it's catered towards your goals and your body.
So you're not necessarily eating what they're eating in a day.
Yeah,
quote.
you're eating what
you're supposed to be eating in a day.
So it's like what you eat in a
so
day.
Use that stuff for inspirational purposes only.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But
like,
not specific ingredient amounts and serving sizes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Facts.
Take it as inspo.
You know, that's what it is.
Yeah. That's what I do. When I find something online, I'm like, oh, fuck, I want to make that. That looks so good for dinner. I just adjust the serving size that fits my macros.
Yeah.
So that way I can still see results from my body.
Yep.
Having fun.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
again, I will recommend only take inspo once you get bored. Like, don't start with taking so many inspos you get overwhelmed. You end up just like not fucking making shit at all.
Yep. You're just like, fuck, I can't do this.
I know,
if you've never meal prep, don't try to meal prep, 50 different recipes or
15 ingredient recipes
in a week. Just keep it chill.
Keep it simple.
You know?
Yeah. Experiment with the basic shit, with using marinades, with using seasonings, with using what else, sauces that are low calorie. That's where you can experiment on the basic shit and make it good, and then work your way up towards, once you're experienced with tracking, work your way up towards actually getting inspo from all the macro friendly influencers that you follow online. That's
really it, man.
Yeah.
Very simple, straight to the point today. We really wanted to just give you guys a quick little tool. And we kind of wanted to rant.
No, it's good. It's good. Got that out. God damn it.
So yeah. Again, take it all with a grain of pink Himalayan salt. Okay.
Better for you.
All right. Well, iodine's good too.
All right. Okay.
That's different purposes.
All right.
But yeah, all right.
That's great. Well, I hope this was helpful, you guys. Again, start implementing this shit. I'm telling you right now, you are going to see results once you start listening to Papa Pump and me.
Yeah, facts.
Okay. All right.
Facts.
Cool. So if you guys want to learn more from us, leave us a fucking 5-star review, goddammit.
Yeah.
All right. It'll help us a lot grow the show. It'll help us bring in more guests.
Yes.
Once we start doing that, it's going to be fucking popping in here.
Yes.
We want to grow the show so that way we can continuously give you guys the right value that's actually going to support you in your fitness journey. But cool. So when you guys are looking for men stuff, learning more about fitness for men,
you can find me at BenPruitt_fit, aka Papa Pump. By the way, if you look on my Instagram on my pin post, I dropped a free resource for you guys. It's a free workout guide. So if you're kind of lost in the gym, go to my Instagram. It's the top pin post. Click on it and follow the instructions, and you'll be able to download the workout routine, so that way you can start seeing some structure and get these gains. Period.
Love that. So. Yeah, and for the ladies, it's Meg Nunez, MEAGNUNEZ, on all social media platforms. I will say I also have a link pinned to my profile, the Snatched and Sexy ebook, if you want to learn more about flexible dieting, and also has a workout plan in there that's going to help you actually progress in your fitness journey. But yeah, go find us on all these socials. If you have any questions, if you have any suggestions on next podcast episodes, follow us on the Strong and Sexy Show.
On YouTube.
On YouTube and Instagram.
Instagram and all your streaming channels.
Yeah. All right. We will see you guys next time.
Peace.
Bye.
All right, fam. Thanks for tuning into this week's episode. If you love today's show, don't keep that shit to yourself. Share it with a friend.
And if you want to see more of us, hit that subscribe button. And if you're that obsessed with us, it's Strong and Sexy Show on all social media platforms. We'll see you in the next one.